Science can sometimes be a bit of a complicated matter, and understanding it isn't always easy. But things might get clearer if you talk about it in the right environment. That's why A Pint of Science is inviting people to local pubs to give them an insight into subjects that might not always be at the heart of a civilized conversation at the bar. The international event is now in its 5th year, and in Southampton it's enjoying great popularity.
It's breaking down the barriers between the scientists and the members of the public, and understanding the science that's going on behind the University of Southampton's doors. And for example, the whole atoms to galaxies physics side of things, that can seem very daunting to a lot of people, whereas the researchers are going to explain it in a very easy to understand way. So the public are just able to understand a bit more of the science that's going on, learn something new, and in terms of that makes them feel great because they're being educated into something that actually is a very complicated topic.
Among other things, this year's edition will look into Einstein's view on gravity.
One of his greatest insights is that he thought gravity is actually the curvature within space-time, and objects with mass bend space. So what I'm trying to represent here using the trampoline is the fabric of space-time, and the balls represent different stars and how much they bend space. So the heavier they are, the more they bend the space, the stronger the gravitational attraction. And when I put the smaller marbles on, they act as planets, and you can see that they go in towards the central star, and that represents the attractive force of gravity as it falls down these curves, and that's kind of how gravity works.
Other talks will focus on the possibilities of growing replacement body parts in the lab and the huge impact forests have on our well-being.
People like me are trying to design ways to make either the body heal itself better, so to regenerate, or to use cells and biomaterials to put back into the body to form new tissues. So part of what we're trying to do is regrow replacement body parts in a dish in the lab using stem cells and these materials. People are trying to make artificial livers though, using cells and biomaterials. Little chunks of gel in which people have put types of stem cells which ultimately turn into liver cells. That research is at the stage where it's being tested in the lab and on animals at the moment. I would expect that research to start getting to the clinic in not less than a decade. I would expect between 1 and 2 decades. There's been some research recently that shows maybe you could grow a human organ in a pig or a cow. So you could grow a cow that has like a human liver in it. So that sort of research is kind of really arresting. We're kind of, at the moment, our research is more workman-like. We're just trying to get things to work so we can get them to the clinic more quickly.
There's a lot of research coming from Japan that shows that forests really do benefit our mental health, and spending time amongst the trees and practicing something called mindfulness in forest environments can really relieve stress and anxiety. And the more we visit forests and the higher the quality of the forest, the more the benefit that we reap. So it's really important that we're aware of the importance of forests, our dependency on them, in order to conserve them.
A Pint of Science will be on in Southampton from the 15th until the 17th of May. Nicole Ris for That's TV.